You're listening to Menopause Natural Solutions, Episode 32, Naturopathic Medicine for Menopause. Welcome to Menopause Natural Solutions, your podcast for all things perimenopause and menopause related. Stay tuned as naturopath Jennifer Harrington explains how to use natural therapies to transform your health and happiness. Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to 2020. I hope you're as excited as I am to welcome in not only a new year, but a new decade. If you're in my Facebook group, you would have heard me talking about how important it is to have goals and dreams for the future. I recently completed my list of 100 dreams, and I want you to complete yours too. What do you want to achieve out of life? I believe we don't make time to plan the things we would like to do because either we don't know what it is that we really want to do, or that we are not prioritizing or thinking about our dreams. And let me tell you, life will find you ways to keep you very busy if you don't prioritize you. Menopause is often called the transition from we to me, meaning it's a time to stop putting everyone else first and to start thinking about yourself. And this is where women can get lost. Who am I if I'm not a mother, a wife, a daughter? And if you don't know, I really want to highly recommend that you do this exercise and take the time and find out what your 100 dreams are. The 100 Dream activity is something that I ask all my Menopause Online Retreat members to complete, but I've decided it's so important that I should add it to my website, as all women really need to do this. I'll add the link to the show notes, but while I'm talking about the Menopause Online Retreat, ladies, the door's open. So if it's something that you've been interested in joining, you can now. The online retreat is my membership program. It is set up to mimic an in-person health retreat, but from the comfort of your home. It is for women struggling with their menopausal transition. They may be experiencing hot flushes, mood swings, fatigue, dryness, and more. Your health and wellness can no longer be pushed to the side. You're ready to take action, but you might not know where to start. Let me tell you, the retreat is the perfect place to start, and I hope to see you there. Now on to today's topic, naturopathic medicine for menopause. Last year I surveyed my Facebook group, and it surprised me that only 50% knew what a naturopath was, and even less than that had ever seen a naturopath. So I thought I would give you some more details. I'm a university-trained healthcare professional. My recommendations are based on scientific research. My primary concern is the underlying cause of poor health. I'm not interested in band-aiding the problem up. I take a holistic but also an individual approach to treatment. Naturopathy is an umbrella term for multiple natural therapies. I'm personally trained in nutrition, Western herbal medicine, functional medicine, and counselling. My initial consultation is 90 minutes, and I need this time to dig deeper and find out what's happening. I have 9 objectives in this consult, and my first objective is to actually find out what your goal is for your health. My second objective is to list out and discuss all of your signs and symptoms and grade them so we can refer back to them later to see how much you actually have improved from the treatment. My third objective is to create a timeline of your health. I want to know as much about you as possible. I often even start back with your mum. When did your mum go through menopause? What problems did she have? How was your birth? How was your puberty? What issues did you have during your fertile years? Because there is so much information in your history. Your history has so many clues to how your body actually works. This is a really key, important part of the initial consultation. The fourth objective is to look at your lifestyle. What does your typical day look like? Do you sleep well? Are you exercising? What kind of stresses are you exposed to? My fifth goal is to look at environmental health. Do you live in a dusty, cluttered or mouldy house? Are you exposed to toxic substances like metals and chemicals or radiation? My sixth, I'm not counting very well today, 6, is nutrition. What does your diet look like? Are you drinking enough water? Do you have any nutritional deficiencies? My 7th objective is to look at your testing. What have you previously completed? And how long ago was it? And what tests are missing? This is actually a big part I find. Lots of tests are missing. Anyway, moving on. Your 8th objective is to look at your medications and your supplements. I want to double check interactions. Many drugs actually increase the need for certain nutrients. So we want to make sure that we've got all of that covered before I add anything else to what's already going on. And finally, I want to put together a treatment plan, which may even include referrals. I often refer out, and with my menopausal women, I'm finding that body work is currently my biggest referral. I'm currently using a lot of pelvic physiotherapy and chiropractic. But I want you to know that every woman has a unique treatment plan, and there are key areas that I really make sure that I dig deep with perimenopause and menopause, because they seem to come up time and time again, and I quite often find that they're not addressed with your normal family doctor. And the first thing is adrenal health. And although in a previous episode we didn't talk about adrenal health and stress specifically, we did talk about mental health and lifestyle factors that reduce stress, and that's back in episode number 20 if you want to go back and have a look at that. And in my experience, one of the biggest difference between women who have symptoms and those that don't can be directly related to the amount of long-term stress they have experienced over their lifetime. And this is a major concern, as I personally don't know anyone who hasn't experienced stress. Adrenal dysfunction, which is caused from stress, produces very similar symptoms to menopause. We see things like night sweats, fatigue, muscular aches and pains, headaches, brain fog, mood swings, or even just low moods in general. The next key area I focus on is liver function, and we did specifically talk about liver function in episode 18, if you want to go back and look at that one. It's your liver's job to keep your body clean, but if it's overwhelmed or sluggish, that's when issues occur. And what is really scary is that certain parts of your brain, and these are the parts that regulate your hormones and your sleep, aren't actually protected by the blood-brain barrier. And the parts of the brain that I was referring to are the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the pineal gland. So toxins that haven't been addressed by the liver have direct access to these areas. And common symptoms of toxicity include hormonal imbalance, brain fog, insomnia, memory issues, fatigue, headaches, depression, etc. Another key area is gut health. And if any of you have ever seen a naturopath before, you know we always start with the gut. It all starts there. But did you know your digestive microbiome is responsible for synthesizing and secreting hormones, for regulating the expression of hormones, for inhibiting some hormones and enhancing the production of others? And there is a specific subpart called the estrobolome, and that focuses purely on estrogen metabolism. So if your digestive system works well, you have a better chance of good hormonal health. But if it's not what it used to be, it could be the cause of your hormonal health. The last area I'm going to discuss today is thyroid health. And again, we have discussed this in previous episodes. You may like to go back and check out number 26 if you missed that before. And the thyroid is definitely worth investigating, as the number of women who struggle with thyroid dysfunction doubles from 1 in 12 to 1 in 6 postmenopause. And signs of hypothyroidism, which is the most common cause of thyroid dysfunction, include things like fatigue, brain fog, weight gain, hair loss, constipation, mood swings, depression. Can you see why I need such a long initial appointment? All these symptoms are similar, but the underlying causes are different. Simply taking hormone replacement works as a band-aid and doesn't address the underlying cause. Now, I'm not knocking hormone replacement. It certainly does have its place. My concern is that it's often prescribed without first investigating other causes. 2020 is actually my 20th year working in the industry. I can't believe it, time has flown. But during this time, I have found that the menopausal symptoms are not purely caused by hormonal change. Let's consider that all women will stop menstruating, but not all women will suffer. It's time to look deeper, to find your underlying causes behind your symptoms and get you experiencing wellness now and in the future. Before I go, I wanted to reach out to Dana Wolf from the USA. She left me a heartfelt review and it made my day. Dana, please know I read your review on New Year's Day. You started my new year off on a positive note, so thank you. Dana said, I really enjoyed listening to these podcasts. They're very detailed and I can sense the empathy in Jen's voice as she's covering all the information she's providing. I'm truly hooked. Thank you, Jen. If you have also enjoyed the podcast, please consider leaving a review. Know that I read all of them and I send you a big virtual hug in return. So thank you again, Dana. I want to let you know about the next 2 weeks, because I have a very special treat in store for you. What we have is a 2-part episode on using aromatherapy oils to improve your transition. And guys, this is not to be missed. There was so much jam-packed information that instead of editing and culling it, I decided to make it 2 episodes. So keep your eye out for that over the next 2 weeks. But guys, let me wish each and every one of you a very, very happy new year and all the best for 2020 and beyond. That's it for me today. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to Menopause Natural Solutions. This podcast contains general information about menopause. It is provided as a guide and is not intended to replace medical advice. Opinions of guests are their own, and this podcast does not endorse or accept responsibilities for statements made by guests.